Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on a new episode of JoJo no Kimyou no Bouken Ougon no Kaze, or you could call it JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 Golden Wind on episode 7. This episode right here looks really simple, although I expected more, but as things go on, events need to die down a bit or just be relaxing for the time being before it gets all tense and crazy again towards the end. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that our group is back to normal and they end up torturing the guy to try to get some information out of him, along with using a fishing hook and eyeglasses to have the sunlight pierce the guy's eye. But apparently that guy would not talk, however, and thanks to what's our buddy Moody Jazz user, or should I say Abaccio or Leone, however you want to pronounce his name, with Moody Jazz. He, on the other hand, says that this guy ends up actually radioing someone to give him information, etc. Of course, he ends up giving their location away to Capri, which is something that they do not want to have, but apparently it happened anyway. So for the time being, they suggest trying to figure out a plan right now, due to the fact that the person who's being contacted by the guy that they defeated recently in last week's episode, that he will arrive at the place in about 30 minutes using a high-speed boat whatsoever. However, they end up having to realize that they had to figure out how to deal with the guy before anything else goes out. Giorno suggests that we arrive on the island before this boat arrives, beforehand. And we see to it that Abaccio likes his plan, however, but Mr. on the other hand decides to go hey, I agree with Giorno's plan. We arrive on the island, we defeat the guy, and no problem, that kind of thing. Eventually, we get to know a little bit more about Mr.'s stand power. Apparently, that these 6 bullets, or however number of bullets they tend to have a certain personality whatsoever, while we see to it that I think number 3, I believe, tends to be the most troubling one, due to the fact that he likes to hit number 5 a lot and make him cry. And I go wow, so these bullets each have a personality, which is actually pretty interesting, by the way. I've never seen that kind of thing. I mean, we all know stands tend to have a personality based on the user itself and tends to be obedient. But these guys right here tend to have their own little thing going on by themselves. Talk about being how you would call it, outgoing in a certain sense and not listening to their master in a certain way. But we see to it, of course, Journal and Mr. works together, and they arrive on the island by using some kind of fish that Journal used to swim over there, using a life ring or something whatsoever. Those floating rings to save people. Yeah. Aside from that, nothing much really happened there. But with Mr. and Journal working together, we have to that Journal makes an announcement to get the guy out to possibly be lured into the bait. But however, the guy does not take it, and Mr. on the other hand gets a warning from Journal through the radio, due to the fact that Mr. actually was at the window, but the guy who was trying to contact the guy that was defeated last week's episode, which you all know what I'm talking about, hopefully, was already inside. And Mr. on the other hand shot the guy, managed to get him on the leg, and Mr. decides to chase the guy to a truck and ends up shooting him one more time when he was trying to drive away or do a runaway. But apparently it ends off there with Journal just looking into the distance, wondering where Mr. went, and it ends off there. So this episode right here, like I said, pretty simple. That Bruno's or Bucciarati's crew was trying to torture the guy for information, but he doesn't speak at all. And Mr. and Giorno decide to work together to take care of the guy that arrived on Capri Island in about 30 minutes or less, which they found the guy and they end up trying to get rid of him. Well, Mr. tries to get rid of him, etc. So, and we get to know about Mr.'s stand power that involves 6 bullets whatsoever, and apparently number 4 is the unlucky one, number 3 seems to be the most violent one, and number 5 seems to be the more spoiled one or complaining one, however you want to call it. Anyways, pretty cool episode about Mista. Looking forward to seeing more of him in action, and much more. So until then, I will see you guys in my next video. I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!